My name is Mark Dolby, a.k.a. the Blind Kid or the Blind Giant. Now, I'd like to welcome you all to my mom's 40th birthday party.
Yeah! Yeah!
Look at that little thing over there, more like about 40 pounds, am I right? I came in here from Rochester, New York. I'm sure you probably don't know where that is, but if you do, that's cool. As they say, thank you. And as they say down here, well, bless his heart. So I got to Rochester International Airport because they go to Canada. Woo! So anyway, I'm going through the airport security with my blind stick and everything, walking around with people and everything, and they say, okay, everyone in line, take everything out of your pockets. So I did. And they say, okay, going through the scanner, put your hands up. Put my hands up? I haven't been to an airport in forever. I didn't know that's how it goes. So anyway, put my hands up like this, spread your legs like they tell you to, and all of a sudden the alarm goes off, and I'm thinking, oh wow, Publishers Clearinghouse just found a great way to catch me off surprise.
Give you a prize.
So, after all my excitement, they said, hey, would you like to do this here or in a private room? And I said, well, I was thinking if Publishers Clearinghouse is going to surprise me, I want people to see.
And then?
So then they said, sir, could you spread your legs and put your hands up? So I'm like, I don't think Publishers Clearinghouse is helping me out on this one. So I spread my legs like this, put the hands up, do exactly what they say, because they might tase me. So, I don't know, I might use that taser to cook some chicken or something, I don't know, it might work. So anyway, so put my hands up, do what they tell me to do to the letter. Turns out I left my passport in my back pocket. So, and they frisk me, they give me a pat down everywhere. Pat me down everywhere, I didn't speak into the mic on that one. Alright, so, you know, it was an okay frisk, you know, okay pat down. I mean, it was mediocre. You know, I was satisfied, but it wasn't the best pat down I've ever had. Now, if you want a good pat down, you should definitely have the New York State Police do it. They make sure they check every inch of you on the side of the road where other people can wave and everything. I get to this place called Charlotte, North Carolina. Apparently the 7th largest airport in the country. You get little tours where they're driving you around on those mini golf carts. Makes you feel important. So I get there, and a nice lady finds me and my cane and everything, and she puts me on the airport, and she goes, oh, where are you, how'd she say, where are you going, sugar? And I said, well, I'm going to Greenville, Spartanburg, South Carolina, GSP. And she goes, okay, sugar, we'll get you on your flight right quick. So she sits me on the flight. I sit down. She comes back 2 minutes later. I'm already comfortable and everything. So she gets back on, says, oh, Mr. Dolby, we're going to have to get you to come with us. And I thought, oh man, they finally caught up with me from the Rochester airport. Oh, I was panicked. So they drive me back to the uncourtesy desk. So I'm there talking to these people at the uncourtesy desk. So talking to them, and they say, oh, Mr. Dolby, it seems to be that you booked this trip 2 months ago, and you said Greenville, North Carolina when you ordered the ticket. And I said, ma'am, I did not. So, and they said, well, it's going to cost you $250 some odd to get back. So I was like, okay, but what about my return trip to go back to Rochester? And they said, that'll be another $400 or $500. I'm like, oh, okay.
You were thinking.
And then I was like, well, what about my luggage? And then they said, well, we think it's in Greenville. And I was like, which one? And they said, Greenville, North Carolina. I was like, yeah, that does me a lot of good. So anyway, at the uncourtesy desk, now most people would have been extremely angry, and, you know, I'd like to get angry just because it's fun. So, but I didn't. I would have been wheeled away and tased and everything. So, but when I get angry or upset or nervous or excited, sometimes I like to talk like a pirate. So,
what were you thinking at that time, Mark?
Well, in my pirate thinking in my brain, I was thinking what I could have said, but I'm glad I didn't, was, this is, yar, this is the sort of thing that could raise a man's blood, is it not? Yar. And then I'm sure they would have had a retort and something to say about that, and then I probably would have responded with, well, if you keep up this kind of attitude, I'm liable to take me boot to you. Yar. I got a call today from a feller, and my secretary answered the phone because I'm very important, see? So, very, very big comedian. May or may not be true, disclaimer, etc., etc. But just, you know, I'm famous, but just because I imagine it doesn't make it any less true. So, but my manager answered the phone.
And he said?
And he said, hello, Mark Dolby's office, how may I help you? Yes, Mr. Dolby's been expecting his call for quite some time now, eh? Oh, yes, you'd like to speak to Mr. Dolby. Let me see if he's in. Mr. Dolby, are you in? Yes, Irving, what can I do for you? Mr. Dolby, you have a phone call? Oh, okay, Irving, I'll take it. Yes, this is Mark Dolby. What can I do for you, sir? And they said, oh, we have your luggage, Mr. Dolby. I just talked to your assistant. And I said, oh, yes, well, what can you do for me? And they said, oh, we'll take it. We'll get it to you. And I gave them this address, and, you know, well, I figured if you guys find it, those people could find it, so. So, this is my mother's birthday. 4 years old and whatnot. But she had a mother. Would you believe that?
I did have a mother.
So.
That would be your grandmother.
That's right, my grandmother. So, I lived with my grandma for a while, and I called it grandma prison, but she liked to yell at me for stuff that was weird. So, we go to the supermarket, get the bread. She always said, Ma, don't crush the bread. And then I'd be like, yeah, Grandma, okay. And then, Ma, you crushed the bread. What did I tell you? Slap. I said, oh, Grandma, but it's only the heel that's crushed. Well, I told you not to crush it anyway. So, and one time I was, you know, sleeping and having a good time sleeping around noon. And I started hearing Grandma yelling like she's having a heart attack. And she's going, Ma, come quick. And I was like, what, Grandma, what is it? She goes, can you go get the mail? So, and then my grandfather, he seemed pretty cool. If he knew about what trip this was or whatever, he had an expression. He would say, well, perfectly good trip, shot in the ass. Right in the ass.
That's exactly what he would have said.
So telling jokes to drunk people is hilarious, isn't it? That's why they invented the bar joke. So there's a bar joke that I like, which is a grasshopper walks into a bar. Oh, don't worry, it's not funny. So a grasshopper walks into a bar and says, hey, can I get a drink? And the bartender says, sure, did you know we have a drink named after you? And the grasshopper says, what, you have a drink named Steve? Oh! Ooh, tough crowd, I'm dying up here, I'm dying. So that's a true story about a grasshopper. But anyway, when you tell it to drunk people, the more they drink, the funnier the joke becomes because it just becomes stupid afterwards. So I tell it to a guy, and then he tells it to someone else, and it sounds like this. So Steve walks into a bar and talks to a grasshopper and orders a drink. Get it? So I also like to do impressions of, I can do a really good Futurama, it's a cartoon, Nixon of that, and it goes like, Aru, that's my style. I like to kick a mother down. Aru, I am not a crook, yet. Oh, again, tough red dying up here.
Who else do you imitate?
I do a pretty crappy Kennedy you might like. By the end of this decade, we will put a man on the moon. Well, what are you going to do? And,
Sling Blade.
I like my French fried potato. And if Forrest Gump and Carl from Sling Blade would ever be, they'd be like, I like you, you seem like a nice person. And then Carl would say, I kill people. And then I do one more, it's a New England accent, which I like, and it goes, Yeah, I do believe there was a storm a brewing. Yeah. When I first got home to Anderson, there was no shampoo in the shower.
Well, that's a true story.
Yeah, now that there is a true story. Yeah. Well, I'm sure I hope you enjoyed the time and waka 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 waka. And Pac-Man is out of here.
Ooh.
Remember, drive safe because I'm walking.